One, the whole idea of no child left behind, and if we funded at $74 billion that we haven't funded, everything would be all right. No child left behind should be left behind. There is a need for standard, but it requires such a rewrite in my view. And even if it's funded, it doesn't get to the heart of what everybody around this table knows needs to be done. Everybody knows what has to be done in education. Got to start kids in school earlier, number one. Number two, you got to have them in smaller classes. No matter what we say, whether they're advanced or remedial, the smaller the class, the better the outcome. Number three, in light of us losing the best teachers we've had for 2 generations because we got women cheap in 1950 and 1960, and they're all leaving now, and they were the ones graduating at the top of their class, like my sister. I graduated at 2.42 or 2.49. My sister had a grade point average higher than mine. When I graduated, no one doubted whether I could be president or president of the DuPont company or whatever I wanted to be. But they went to my sister and said, you make a great teacher, a great nurse. So we got a whole hell of a lot of really quality people free or cheap. They're leaving. In the next 5 years, something was it, 45%, 50% are gone of the teaching population now. We also know that of the last 6 years, something like 50, don't hold me the exact number, I'll get it for you, roughly half of all people entering teaching have already left. And so you got to have better teachers. You got to pay teachers more. You in Germany, Japan, they're paying teachers the same amount of money they're paying starting engineers. Go back to my dad. Don't tell me what you value. Show me your budget. Show me your budget. So we got to be able to compete for the kid who graduated with a mathematics degree from the University of Iowa, and you got to give him or her an opportunity to go work in the school system as well as go work at Microsoft. And you got to pay comparable wages to begin with, knowing that the end is not going to be the same. But you got to do that. And the fourth piece of this is you've got to provide kids greater education, longer time in school, longer time. As President of the United States, I would not be able to do this as a candidate, but I'd state what I was going to do. As President of the United States, I'd spend 4 years trying to convince the American public there should be 14 years of free education in America. The first 2 years of college, the state university or community college should be treated just like high school. And we should pay for it. And I lay out in this plan, to go on my site, we can actually send it to you. We laid out a piece of legislation, which the total cost would be to do all of these things, roughly $11 billion a year, the front end, for the next 5 years, to get these all in train. And you do it by providing incentives to states. You don't take over the system. You do it by providing incentives to states to supplement incomes of teachers. And, there's a lot of other pieces to it. But they're the major elements of it. That old bad expression, it's not rocket science. Everybody knows those things. Everybody knows them. And yet we dilly-dally around. We dance around it as if we can't afford it.